Before the end of the year. Yeah, we'll see him before the end of the year. He could play out to possibly fight at MSG.
Nate, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on?
How you doing, bro? I'm excited for August 5th. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Islam Makhachev calls out Leon Edwards. In the world of mixed martial arts, a surprising call-out has emerged. Now the question arises, what's the surprise that UFC holds for all the fight fans? Now the ticking of the clock ends. And guess what? Islam Makhachev has taken to Twitter to challenge Leon Edwards, the welterweight champion. Guys, it's very daring thing that Islam has done, right? In fact, Makhachev is aiming for a welterweight title shot at the upcoming UFC 293 card, which is expected to take place in Abu Dhabi. Although there is no official confirmation yet, it is strongly assumed that Makhachev, with his popularity in Abu Dhabi, might headline the event. However, the call-out itself raises so many eyebrows. Many spectaculars view it as a move that makes little sense, as both fighters have their own genuine contenders within their respective divisions. Here, the tension is real. While critics point out that Makhachev still has something to prove against the elite lightweight fighters, considering he has only secured victories over 2 top 15 ranked opponents. While it is worth noting that he recently faced Alexander Volkanovski, and now stepping up another weight class so soon, might not be the wisest decision for his career development. This unexpected call-out has sparked speculation about the UFC's plans. Some wonder if UFC President Dana White might throw a crazy curveball and consider making the Makhachev-Edwards fight a reality at UFC 293. However, there is a counter-argument that the UFC might be hesitant to feature 2 champions in a headliner just a month before their grand UFC 295 card. And you know, it is set to celebrate the organization's 30th anniversary at Madison Square Garden. Let's see what will happen next. Khamzat Chimaev claims he has a better opponent than Paulo Costa. Guys, an interesting development has unfolded that involves the 2 champions of UFC. One is Khamzat Chimaev and another is Paulo Costa. Initially, Costa was slated to face Ikram Aliskerov at UFC 291, but reports have emerged stating that the Brazilian is no longer able to compete in the matchup. This is the reason that Costa took his Twitter account. After that, he announced that he would be withdrawing from the fight in order to face Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. On the other side, Chimaev himself took to Twitter and confidently declared that he has a better opponent lined up than Costa. And guess what? This announcement from Chimaev has certainly raised eyebrows among fans and authorities alike. It's not often that a fighter withdraws from a scheduled bout to face someone else, especially when the initial matchup had generated significant anticipation. The statement made by Chimaev has sparked conspiracy and speculation about who this supposed better opponent might be. The decision by Chimaev brings so many questions and backlash from fans for himself. It suggests that the matchmakers have something exciting in store for Chimaev, as they allowed him to deviate from the original plan. This unexpected twist has annoyed curiosity about the UFC's future announcements and the unveiling of Chimaev's new opponent. "You are a bum now, I have a better opponent," Khamzat Chimaev wrote on Twitter. Moreover, the potential of Khamzat Chimaev having a superior opponent than Paulo Costa has captured the attention of MMA fans. Considering Costa's top 10 ranking at middleweight, it would indeed be interesting to see who this mystery opponent might be. However, despite the anticipation surrounding a potential matchup between Costa and Chimaev, fans are eager to see both fighters back in action, as it has been nearly a year since their last fights. While Chimaev claims to have a better opponent than Costa, there has been a verbal back and forth between the 2 fighters. Examining their recent records, Chimaev holds an undefeated 12-0 professional MMA record. In his last fight, he submitted Kevin Holland in the first round at UFC 279. Prior to that, he secured a decision victory against Gilbert Burns at UFC 273. Notably, Chimaev has demonstrated his skills by defeating fighters such as Li Jingliang and Gerald Meerschaert within the UFC. On the other hand, Paulo Costa, with a record of 14-2, has experienced a significant layoff as well. His last fight took place in August of the previous year, resulting in a decision win over Luke Rockhold. Damn, the world of MMA is no stranger to surprises. And here, we'll have to exercise some patience to see how this situation unfolds in the days to come. Dana White confirms Timeframe for UFC champion Leon Edwards' return. Dana White revealed some details about Leon Edwards' return to the octagon. Back in the days of March, Edwards successfully defended his 170-pound title in a trilogy fight against Kamaru Usman. Although there was speculation that Edwards might defend his gold in London this year. But this time, the timing didn't work out due to insufficient recovery time for a proper training camp. Whereas Edwards has been vocal about his readiness for a fight in October, particularly in Abu Dhabi. However, it appears that the UFC is considering pushing back his return by just 1 month. During an interview, Dana White provided a time frame for the next welterweight title fight, probably in November. However, the decision to delay Edwards' comeback seems to be motivated by the UFC's commitment to ensuring he has adequate time for training and recovery. And it's crucial for fighters, especially champions defending their titles, to be in optimal condition.
Before the end of the year. Yeah, we'll see him before the end of the year. He could play out to possibly fight at MSG. So, again, stuff we're still working on. Fantastic. I mean, we're up to up to October figured out right now.
Later on, Dana White mentioned that Colby Covington is next in line for a shot. While welterweight gold has sparked some controversy and discussion, media members and even Leon Edwards himself have expressed their opposition and suggesting that Covington is receiving what they call Dana White privilege. Some argue that Belal Muhammad should have been given the opportunity for the next title shot, just because of his previous iconic record. However, White has assured Muhammad that he will face the winner of the Edwards versus Covington bout. While Muhammad hopes that White remains true to his word and doesn't deviate from the plan. The discussion surrounding the welterweight division has certainly stirred up differing opinions on who should be next in line for the title shot. Only time will tell if White's decision to grant Covington the opportunity will stand, and if Muhammad's patience will pay off as he awaits his chance against the victor of the Edwards versus Covington showdown. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Nate Diaz responds to Jake Paul's $10 million MMA challenge. Nate Diaz's recent response to Jake Paul's offer for a cage fight has caught the attention of many. Diaz made it clear that he isn't swayed by the $10 million offer, stating that it's going to take a lot more than that to get him inside the PFL smart cage with the YouTuber-turned-boxer. Interestingly, Diaz's upcoming fight seems to have flown under the radar for some fans. He is set to make his professional boxing debut against Jake Paul on August 5th at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Despite the lack of hype surrounding the bout, Diaz is preparing for this significant moment in his career. Following their boxing match, Paul plans to transition to mixed martial arts and compete under the PFL banner in early 2024. While no official opponent has been announced, Paul wasted no time in expressing his desire to face Diaz inside the cage. On Twitter, he reiterated his offer and even guaranteed Diaz a staggering $10 million for the proposed fight. However, Diaz's response made it clear that money alone won't be enough to convince him. He values himself and his worth as a fighter, indicating that a higher sum would be necessary to entice him into the cage with Paul. Known for his warrior spirit and selective approach to his fights, Diaz has never shied away from a challenge. If a matchup with Paul were to materialize, it would undoubtedly generate significant interest, given the clash between a seasoned MMA veteran and a high-profile boxing personality. As fans eagerly await Diaz's boxing debut and future decisions, it remains to be seen if the offer will be adjusted to meet his expectations, or if he will pursue other challenges after his initial foray into the boxing ring. Diaz's decision-making has always kept fans on their toes, and this situation is no exception. For all the clowns saying, "Why don't you fight Nate Diaz in the cage?" I made that offer to him from the start. $10M to fight me in PFL after we box on August 5th. Offer is still there, Nathan, Paul tweeted. A $10 million payday is certainly nothing to scoff at in any field of work, but if Paul wants Nate Diaz to sign off on the mixed martial arts match, he'll need to up the ante significantly.
Nate, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on?
How you doing, bro? I'm excited for August 5th. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you saw, but Jake tweeted earlier today that the offer is still on the table for there to be an MMA match after you guys fight, because he's calling out the people that are saying that offer was never on the table. What's your response to that?
That's what happens. Fight out the way.
Right. So that's not a thing that you don't think that's going to happen, or you're not sure?
Probably.
Okay.
What happened?
Oh yeah, he said it's $10 million.
For what?
For the $10 million offer for you guys to fight in the cage.
It don't cost more than that.
Nice.
Fans have shown some concerns in recent weeks as the fight between Nate Diaz and Jake Paul grows closer. Video clips of Diaz's sparring have been heavily scrutinized by boxing aficionados. Some have even suspected that the man from 209 could be suffering from CTE after 15 years of high-profile brawls inside the octagon. UFC star Conor McGregor, Serenades fans in bizarre Twitter post. Conor McGregor has been making waves on social media with his recent posts. One particular post that caught attention was his rendition of the Verve's song "The Drugs Don't Work" on his official Twitter account. It sparked some tongue-in-cheek comments and replies from his followers and critics. McGregor, the former two-weight UFC champion, has been absent from the octagon for the past 2 years due to a leg injury suffered in a fight against Dustin Poirier at UFC 264. However, he has been teasing a return to face lightweight veteran Michael Chandler. The two had served as opposing coaches on the Ultimate Fighter 31 reality television show. Although there is anticipation for McGregor's comeback, it's worth noting that he has yet to submit testing samples to the United States Anti-Doping Agency as of the time of publication. This is a necessary step before his return can be finalized. In addition to his social media antics, footage emerged of McGregor shadow boxing behind the bar of a pub in New York City. This raised questions among fans about his readiness to step back into the octagon. It's been a while since his last victory, which came against Donald Cerrone in January 2020 with an impressive 40-second technical knockout win. As fans eagerly await McGregor's return, they will be curious to see if he can recapture his winning form. His popularity and drawing power in the sport make his comeback fights highly anticipated. All eyes will be on McGregor as he continues his journey back to the octagon. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.